Everybody want to manifest some, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly. Like you want to manifest that house, don't it, man? Or you, miss, you want to manifest your mans. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with either one of them. Just know whatever you are trying to manifest, it can and will happen. Just make sure you're very familiar with the steps to materializing. The steps to what? The steps to materializing, because that is how we make things come into the solid realm. We're talking about matter here. Yeah, it all matters now. Everything you've been thinking matter now. Oh, this don't matter, that don't matter. If you keep on thinking on it for so long, if you keep on acting on it for so long, it matters. It materializes. So we are talking about none other than the phases of matter. Yeah, the phases of matter. What we learned in first and second grade. That's what we're talking about here. That simple old making from water to ice. Yeah, freezing. This is what we need to be very familiar with in order to materialize our desires. So, let me clean the board a little bit and we'll get to talk about it. Because they taught it to us, but they didn't teach us how to use it to control and create our realm. But I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. These phases of matter, materializing our desires. Alright, see, look, I drew this person right here. Now we're gonna do so we got gas, liquid, and solid. Let me see how I'm gonna put this. Wait a minute now, before I get too deep off in this video. Let's talk about something I didn't manifest it. And that would be my affirmation and healing coloring journal. And you can manifest it too, right to your doorstep by hitting the link below and getting this ordered for yourself from Amazon. Affirmation and healing coloring journal. Now let me share some of my favorite coloring pages in here with y'all. Reality is my masterpiece. Past hurt does not define me. I allow my finances to heal. This one here. I create the world around me. So yeah, shop with me. Link in the description. Back to the video. Let's see. Do it in red. So, what I'm comparing here are gas, the gas realm, to our thoughts. Although they say thoughts do not hold mass, so technically it's not a gas. But if you continue to repeat the same thoughts over and over, they'll start forming neurotransmitters and going on to form neural networks. You can see that without that light. It says neural networks, which is reality. And the more you combine those thoughts together, they start gaining a mass because they create dendrites and axons in the brain that we can actually see, weigh, and measure. So, comparing gas realm to thoughts, the liquid realm to the neurotransmitters or the emotions, because emotions are energy in motion or the flow, and the neurotransmitters, when they are created in the brain and when they start flowing, that's what they do. They are in its liquid phase as they come together to for you to feel that feeling. And then we got the solid realm, which is the way we perceive everything, the way our brain has been set up and wired, which is our neural network. So, for the ones that's familiar with chakras, we got the crown chakra here. Like this. Got the crown chakra, which is the I know. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see. We have the crown chakra, which is, the mantra is I know. I'm not going to go through all the chakras here, but we're just going to shed light on a couple of them. Have the heart chakra. I guess a few of them. It's the heart chakra, and the mantra is I feel. Then we have the base chakra, or the ground chakra, I'm going to call it today. I'm going to write base. Mantra, which most people are familiar with when they do their affirmations, is the I am. So if we're going to go back to solid, liquid, and gas, the gas is up here. Remember, the gas was up here. The crown, the I know, that's the electricity coming through the thoughts, that photon energy, biophoton energy, mixing with electrons passing over the axons in the brain cells, to create this I know feeling. Look it up now. This is a real thing. Our brain creates our thoughts by way of the electrical and chemical signals combining together. It's called electrochemical signals. When they combine together, the byproduct or the aftermath are our thoughts. And it creates this feeling of I know. with that being said, I correlate that to the gas realm. And when you combine that, you want to make this electromagnetic connection in order for you to materialize anything that you're trying to create in this 3D realm. So the electricity is coming from the brain up here. The magnetism is coming from the heart, the I feel. Whatever you're feeling, whatever your emotional state is what you're attracting to you. The electricity are the thoughts. Remember, the electrical impulses sent over the brain are creating thoughts. So electromagnetism, the magnetism is the heart. You're magnetically attracting what you feel, how you feel. And what you feel has already been predetermined by the neurotransmitters that are running and being shared through your synapses in your nervous system. Now, when you combine these thoughts with these emotions, the I know plus I feel, this is when you get the I am, the base, the ground chakra, the solidified. It goes from a knowledge, I know, to I am. Now you have became, because you have embodied the feeling. So, for example, man, they want their house. You have the thought about the house. You visualize the house. I know the house is out there. I know the house is for me. You say all of your affirmations, not just I am obtaining this new house, but I know that this house is for me. This is my house. Not only do you know it, but I feel. You're going to put those together, that I know, and you're going to combine it with the I feel. You're going to send those energies out and let them meet and mingle in the air. And now you got the I know plus the I feel. However you're going to feel, however whatever your desired feeling is in the end, because you think this house is going to make you feel relieved or happy or like you did something, whatever your feeling is going to be, you need to put that in during your meditation, during your visualization time, because you're going to create that. Because you're knowing that light that was shed, that idea mixed with that feeling is where you're going to create. And sometimes that's what's stopping people from creating, because they can see, they can picture it, but they're not all the way feeling what it's going to feel like. They're trying to get that new car, get that new house in order to feel it. But that car, that house is kind of the middleman. They need to go ahead and skip and just feel that joy that they're going to feel when they get it. Feel that relief that they're going to feel when they get XYZ, that new job, whatever. And then it will be, I am a homeowner. I am a new business accountant at XYZ. You feel me? So, up here we got the gas realm. Then the I feel, the emotions are the energy in motion. That's the liquid realm. Those neurotransmitters hitting that liquid state, what started off as just photon energy or biophoton energy, mixing with electrons. And when those electrons in the brain engulf the photons, the photon energy, it goes up to the next energy level, creates a burst of light as it comes back to its grounded state. This is what happens in an atom to create, when it creates light, by giving off biophotons within the body by way of the mitochondria. So the light is very important when it comes to creation. The biophotons that we create within our body. A lot of the biophotons are housed or are created right in the sixth chakra, which is the third eye, the pineal gland. A lot of biophotons are created and emitted from this area. This same area is been said to house the imagination. So whatever you're thinking about is pairing with a light. And again, when an electron absorbs light, from the photon, it goes to the next energy level. So that's amping it up, taking us to the next level. And then when that electron returns to its grounded state, it releases that light. So everything that was created when it went to that next energy level could be seen. Our body does this with the biophotons. Our body combines our thoughts, our electrochemical information with biophotons. And these biophotons are emitting from us all day long. They're emitting from me now as I'm talking to you, as you're watching me. Biophotons are emitting. And that's the beauty of us. By way of our mitochondria, we can create. So the things that we are thinking about repeatedly are densifying together, going through our neural networks that are already formed, going through the axons of our neural cells. The electrons are absorbing biophotons, creating light, and that light is mixing with the electrochemical signals, aka what we are thinking. The electrochemical signals, aka what we are thinking, and it's projecting it outwardly. Now, you might think we have an electrical current or an electrical field within our body. Kind of true, but really our body is within this electrical field. We have a current all around us, our own stream of energy. Welcome to my world, you know what I'm saying? That's my energy, the way the energy flows around me. And it's going to be different from your world, his world, her world. We might all be on the same planet, but we're in different worlds. With that being said, this biophoton energy is creating that world for us. What we're thinking about, the chemicals our body is creating everything around us. The more we think about it, the more it comes together. When 2 or 3 gather together in my name, it starts to form a neural network. They say, what is it? Wire together, fire together. It's talking about when your neurons become wired together, when they're on that same okie doke, that same frequency, they're going to fire off and push to create that same result. And that's why controlling your emotions is very important, because these neurotransmitters like dopamine, the feel-good hormone, and serotonin, GABA, this is coming together to form the process of our subconscious. And that subconscious is pushing out, shedding light outward. And that's everything that we're seeing. The colors that we're seeing resonate with us because of how we're feeling, because of the energy that we put out there. So So while I let the board dry, I'm just going to recap a few things. So we got electrical signals being sent over our axons and our neural cells, as well as we have biophoton. When we say photon, we're talking about light. Biophoton signals being emitted over our axons. Biophotons mixed with the electrical signals, it creates a photoelectric effect. And then the information is sent to the synapse, where the neurotransmitter kicks in and takes the information and does what it does, and then there's another electrical signal sent on the other end of the synapses going into the next axon on the receptor. I said all that to say that's how our thoughts are created, by electrochemical signals. We have our pineal gland, which emits a lot of biophotons, and which is said to be the house of the imagination, how we could see our inner eye, how we're dreaming, how we see pictures and all of that in our mind's eye. Now, we can manifest, and we always manifest the things we're thinking about and seeing in our mind's eye. But don't forget that emotions are the catalyst. Emotions are going to speed it up. And you're really attracting how you feel, because electromagnetism, electro being the brain, electricity, the thoughts, and magnetism, the heart. That's why we fall in love. We're attracted to someone. This is talking about emotional states. Now, another thing, biophotons are packets of information. Photons are known as messenger force carriers, meaning photons carry electromagnetic force with them. So when we combine our thoughts with this light, this electromagnetic force, that force pushes outward to create our entire being, for one, as well as everything around us that we experience. So let's do it like this. We're going to do gas up here again. Gas, liquid, and solid. Then we're going to say, I don't know why I started in the middle. Well, that's why I started in the middle. What is this called? Okay. So we got gas, liquid, and solid again. The gas being water vapor, like in the wee hours of the rising. You got water vapor that starts condensing together. And then when you go out around 6 a.m., depending on where you're at, and the sun starts coming up, the grass is wet because it started forming a dew on the grass. That same water vapor that was in the air formed dew on the grass. And if the temperatures are cold enough, that dew on the grass is going to start turning to ice crystals or ice sickles. And that's just showing you how things manifest right there, from water vapor to ice. The same thing with your thoughts. What you're thinking about. See, here's another thing. There are neurotransmitters that create action potential. When we're talking about neurotransmitters being the liquid state and being the emotional state, because the neurotransmitters have a lot to do with the emotions, right? So certain neurotransmitters activate action potentials, i.e., if you want to translate that to what's happening outside of the body, when so many neurotransmitters produce action potentials, whatever that action potential is how your body responds to the given situation. So that's going to show that this liquid state is controlling the solid state. that this gas state, the thoughts, the electro part, even before it mixed with the chemical part to make electrochemical, which are your thoughts, all of this play a much bigger part than the solid itself because it's controlling the solid. So once you tap into this, you ain't got to worry about if this is coming, because all of this is going to condense, which means really densify. And just like condensation on a cup, you got a glass of cold water out on a hot day, nothing on the outside of the cup at first, right? Then you start seeing little pellets of water appear, right? The water didn't spill over. Where did it come from? It's condensing from the water vapor around it. It's liquefying from its gas state to its liquid state. And if it was cold enough, if you take it and put it in the freezer, those little ice, the water pellets would freeze on over and turn solid. And hey, that's manifestation for you. So listen, when we breathe in, everybody take a deep breath with me. That's a form of condensation. And as I exhaled and spoke, that's a form of vaporization. So within that 2-3 seconds, I turned over matter. I condensed it as I breathed in, and as I breathed my breath out, took my breath out, it vaporized, which is a form of creating water. That's why when you're outside and it's cold and you blow your breath, you see the steam or whatever you call it. That's because you created that water. Your body is this mechanism that can transmute matter. And that's why breath work is so important. Breath work while visualizing, that is so important. Because you're visualizing using that biophotonic energy, that light, shedding it on what you're thinking about, putting more attention and mass into it, causing it to condense. And then you put your emotions in it and you really feel as if you are in that state of being. And then you're doing your breath work, breathing in and breathing out at your control, at your pace. Oh, that's real powerful. Because at that point, you're breathing it in, taking what's in your mind and literally breathing it out, not just pushing it out through the biophotons, but controlling the flow of it as if you were a dam. How water flows into a dam and they can control how much of it goes out and when it goes out. Yeah. That's you having control over your own mental power and creating what you want to create. Let me make sure there ain't no other points I wanted to hit on here. I will write this one more thing. Write it in blue anyway. E equals MC squared. That Einstein stuff. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Talking about energy, we're trying to turn energy, our thought, matter, which they say is not matter, but our energetic thoughts and energetic frequencies, trying to get this energy to turn into tangible matter. Trying to get this energy to turn into tangible matter And that C stands for the speed of light. So you're going to need your biophotons. E equals MC squared. Your energy equals, the M is for mass. But mass creates the matter. In order for it to be matter, it has to have mass. But the more the energy densifies due to the speed of the light, the more mass it gains. So, a few signs that your gaseous thoughts are on its way are when you start seeing angel numbers, when you start hearing confirmations on TV, start talking to your homegirl and she starts saying something about what you were thinking. That's some more signs that it's in the liquid stage. When you start feeling happy for no reason, when you find $1 on the street, that's showing you that you're in your liquid stage. Things are flowing to you. Things are being pieced and poured together for your own good of what you created so it can solidify. All around you, all within your body, things within your body have to change as you manifest as well. But anyway, thank y'all so much if y'all made it to the end. Comment some of y'all manifestation techniques. Give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll be with y'all next time. Gratitude and healing.